Welcome to CinePro, where we bring your favorite movies back to life with quick recaps, hidden details, and everything you missed. The movie starts with Tim, a game developer, is having a tense meeting at home, but suddenly the connection gets lost. In the brief moments he is not working, he remembers the precious time he spends with his wife Olivia. He also gets some flashbacks of her when she was pregnant and had to be hospitalized because of complications. Suddenly Olivia comes there, startling him. They go downstairs and run into the building manager, Mr. Friedman. He informs them that they're almost done with the renovation and the cover will be removed soon. Suddenly a helicopter flew above them. He says there is a huge fire in the Harvard district. They take leave and Olivia asks if they want to get pizza. They take out pizza and Olivia takes her to their old car, which just came from the shop. They are eating there when Olivia proposes that they should drive to Paris like they always wanted. She also added that she just quit her job and she feels they both need a fresh start after the incident. But Tim says he just can't quit his job. He also wants to go, but not right now. Suddenly he gets a work call and gets busy with that. At night, both of them awake, lying on the bed, and Olivia is crying. The next morning, Tim wakes up and sees that Olivia is ready to leave with her things. She tells him that he won't change, so she is leaving him. As she goes to open the door, she finds it blocked by some futuristic brick. She thought Tim had done something and asked him to remove it, but Tim also goes to check it out. Olivia goes to check the window and finds the same bricks all over it. They check every window, but it's all blocked by the brick. Olivia tries to break it open and asks Tim for help. Tim tries and screams for someone, but it's no use. She tries to call, but there is no connection. Tim goes to check the Wi-Fi, but it's completely dead. They both try to get a signal, but to no use. She tries to call, but there is no connection. Tim goes to check the Wi-Fi, but it's completely dead. They both try to get a signal, but to no avail. Tim noticed that the phone is disturbing when close to the wall. Olivia takes out a drilling machine and tries to break it. Tim also joins, but they fail to even put a scratch. They tried the wall, but after the wall ends, it stops at the brick. They tried some different spots, but with the same result. They can't understand how someone blocked an entire building. They hear some screaming coming from the next room. They create a hole to check and find a woman and a man. The man is pretty tense and says they just rented the room for the night, but now find it completely blocked. He asks them if they're facing the same situation. They say yes, and man is freaking out. So the woman tells him to take a shot. Olivia asks if they saw something at night, but she says they just woke up and found the house like this. The woman is panicking, so Olivia consoles her. Tim notices that water is not coming from the tap. They store all the supplies. Tim thinks it's like video games. They must figure out a way out, but Olivia interjects, calling her work crappy. They get into a fight over their unresolved issue. When Olivia leaves the room, he throws his phone on the brick. While he is sitting, he notices something on the brick. He goes there and finds it's a chip from the broken phone. The brick is acting like a magnet. Olivia comes there apologizing for the fight. He takes a spoon and shows her the brick's magnetic power. They take out all the metals and put them on the wall. Olivia says the magnetic power is strongest in the squares. She then put all the metals on those squares, but the metal soon starts to vibrate, as all the metal comes flying towards them. Tim gets down with Olivia. Olivia soon notices that metals have injured Tim. She takes them out and bandages his wounds. They're sitting when they hear the woman screaming coming from the next room. They rush to the wall and call them, but no one answers, so they decide to make a bigger hole and go into their room. Tim with a bat and Olivia with a pepper spray search for them. They find the woman lying beside the bed. Olivia takes her away as Tim searches for the man. Suddenly the man jumps on him and pins him to the ground. Olivia came there and sprayed the man. Tim tries to hit the man, but the woman comes to his defense. She says that he didn't hurt her. She was trying to break the brick and hurt herself. He will never hurt her. They may have taken too much last night. Tim bound the man's hand, telling it's temporary until the drug wears off. The woman then introduces herself as Anna, and the man's hand telling it's temporary until the drug wears off. The woman then introduces herself as Anna, and the man is Marvin. Tim is checking out the apartment and has found a storage room. He breaks it open and finds a big hammer. He then with it tried to break open the brick door, but Marvin, now woken up, tells him he will only damage the weapon. Tim asks him about the attack, but the man is surprised when Anna tells him everything and says he shouldn't take so much dope. Olivia, who is an architect by profession, comes up with an idea. She tells them they need to go to the basement as the building was built during the war, so there is a bomb shelter present. Some of them are connected to the subway system so they can escape from there. They start to break the floor. Marvin thinks someone is playing games with them and suspects the building manager of being guilty. They break open the floor and Tim goes down and calls their neighbor Mr. Oswald. But he comes with a gun. He orders him to go back upstairs as he didn't want to share his supplies with anyone. Olivia and the others beg and tell him about their plan, but he is not interested and tells them to go another way. When his granddaughter Leah comes and tells him that together they can escape from there. With her persistence, he agrees to help them. They all come down from there. Tim frees Marvin and tells him to break the floor, which can help with his detoxification. Meanwhile, Olivia talks to Leah, who's trying to message her girlfriend after a fight. She says she woke at 4 a.m. to use the washroom, and when she returned, the whole place was sealed off with bricks. Suddenly, Tim notices a detector and opens it to check. He finds that it has a camera. He asked Mr. Oswald if he installed that, but he says he didn't. All the detectors were installed by Mr. Friedman. Tim then goes to another room and breaks open another detector and finds it also has a camera. Marvin says they're being played like Squid Game, and someone is watching them through the camera, and Mr. Friedman is the game master. Olivia says they must ask him as he only lives next door. They break open the wall and go into his room. To their surprise, they find him dead, bleeding beside the door and his 2 hands missing. Marvin feels sick and goes to the washroom, and Anna follows him. Olivia starts to have a panic attack. Tim tries to calm her down, but she leaves the room. Tim then checks Mr. Friedman's phone and finds some pictures of the wall. They resume breaking the floor. They're all freaked out about their discovery. Olivia shows Tim a news article about the fire, wondering if it's connected. Suddenly, with a smash, the floor breaks and Tim, Marvin and Anna fall to the ground. Olivia comes down to help Tim. Marvin and Anna also get themselves together. Leah also prepares to go, but Mr. Oswald, giving her the gun, says he should go alone, but she forces him to come with her. As they come down, a guy comes there praising their entrance. He introduced himself as Yuri, Anton's friend. He came to visit him for a few days. He asked why they were breaking the floor. What's their plan? They explain to him the plan, but he chuckles and says the brick is there to protect them. It's a high-tech system to protect them from any kind of attack. Tim asks if he has any proof to support his theory. He then goes into some conspiracy theories, like the Deep State and the New World Order. Olivia asks where Anton is. He then showed them his dead body, saying he had just collapsed, probably heart failure. He was studying the bricks. They offer their condolences. They now argue whether everything out there is contaminated, and whether they should go out or not. Marvin, Anna, and Olivia say they will take their chance outside. It's better than being locked here, and they all go out of the room. Leah stays back to check Anton's work. Yuri says stress about what the wall could be kills him, and he takes the paper. Leah goes to join the others. They break open the floor and go to the basement. They search for the tunnel and find it. They break open the door, but to their surprise, they find it blocked by the same brick. Marvin loses it and with a hammer, starts to hit the wall. Tim tries to stop him, and Mr. Oswald points the gun at him. He then calms down and says he is now calm, but suddenly snatches the gun and shoots at the wall. But bullets stop near the brick and start vibrating. Tim screamed at them to duck, and they all ducked as bullets sped past them. But Mr. Oswald, unable to duck, gets shot. Leah goes to him and asks for everyone's help. But when Marvin goes to help, she screams at him. Mr. Oswald dies there. All of them are sitting in Anton's room when Anna asks if they have something in common, which connects them, like she almost died when she was a child. Leah says she saw her mom die from cancer. Yuri says he killed someone when he was a policeman. Leah says, and they all know about Marvin. Marvin again apologizes, but she screams at him. They then ask Olivia and Tim. Olivia is about to speak as Tim tells her not to, but she still speaks, says they both lost a child in a miscarriage. Tim goes to another room. Olivia goes there and they start another fight. Olivia accused him that after the miscarriage, he closed himself off with work and he never talked about that. She alone has to deal with the pain. Tim calms himself down and tells others they can't just sit around. They must search Mr. Friedman's room for clues. Leah also adds that they need to check Anton's work, as he may have found something. They decided to split up. Tim, Marvin, and Anna go to search Mr. Friedman's room, while Leah and Olivia check Anton's work. Yuri is not interested in those. As they check Friedman's house, Tim notices that the room is much smaller than the upper room. He checks a wall and understands that there is a secret room. Marvin also found a remote switch. Tim checks it and tells them to bring out flour. They throw flour there and find fingerprints on 4 numbers. So the password will be one of the 24 possible combinations of 4 digits. Anna says she will call others. Leah and Olivia find Anton's business card, and he works at the company named Epsilon Nano Defense. They ask Yuri about it, but he says Anton didn't like to talk about his work. He only knows he was a programmer. They search more and find his laptop and phone smashed. Yuri says that whenever he came to a dead end, he would smash things against the wall. They find a paper with some written code. That's probably the code to open a brick. But Yuri chuckles and says that the moment they open the door, radiation will come and kill them all. Anna arrives telling them they found something. Olivia and Yuri go to check as Leah stays to search more. Tim tries different combinations and is able to open the secret door. They enter and find computers with footage of their rooms. Others come and see the footage. Anna asks him to delete the footage of their private times. They check Tim and Olivia's room and find the exact time when the bricks surrounded the building. They slow down and see it just spreads over the building like super tech nanotechnology. Leah, in Anton's room, goes to check Anton's dead body and removes the scarf around his neck. She finds choking marks on his neck. They now see Anton's room and he is lying on the floor dead. They're about to ask Yuri about Anton's death and notice he is not there. Marvin goes to check on him. They go back to the footage and find Anton with the phone going to the brick and see some flashes of light. They see that Anton was able to open the brick. Marvin, searching for Yuri, goes to his room and finds that he is burning Anton's work. Tim and the others also find the footage of Yuri choking Anton. Marvin sees that Leah is lying dead beside the bed. He screams at him, but he says he is just trying to protect everyone. Tim runs with a gun and finds Yuri choking Marvin. Yuri then attacks him and starts to choke him. Marvin gets up and hits him. They both corner him. Others come and tell Tim not to shoot as he may know the way out. Tim knocks him out. They bind him to the chair. Olivia is feeling guilty about Leah. Tim says it's not her fault. Anna thinks he killed him as he might have found a way out. They then check the burned paper and Leah goes to check the footage to find some clues. From the burned paper they see the codes and figure it's some kind of sequence like Morse code. Olivia shows him Anton's business card, and Tim says the company is located at the place where the big fire broke out. They wake Yuri and demand to know how Anton was able to open the brick wall, but he says that everything is contaminated and they are better off here. Tim shoots at the side and asks if the Epsilon company built the wall and why. He says he only knows it was created as a defense mechanism against any attacks. Olivia asks if everything out there is contaminated, then why did Anton want to go out? He reveals that Anton believed it was a system malfunction because of the fire. Marvin says they believe in Anton's theory. Anton comes and says she found something. She shows that Anton was doing something with his laptop. Tim says he was programming and created an app to open the brick. They see Yuri smashing his laptop and phone. They take out his broken phone and connect it to his computer. They deduce that the phone is like a key, and the squares on the wall are locks to open the door. Anton has used the phone's flash, which is an electromagnetic wave, to open the brick door. Tim reverse engineers the app and they go to the brick wall and open the app. The app opens and marks the squares like a button. They click it randomly and the phone starts a flash. The wall starts to change like a portal. Anton goes and touches it. She says she is feeling warm and they must go through with it. Marvin, who is watching Yuri, comes there and tells her to remove her hand, but she says she can't remove it and something is pulling her. Others go to pull her back, but she goes further into the wall. Suddenly, the wall starts to close. As the door closes, they fall to the ground with Anna's half body. Marvin is devastated while Yuri laughs at them. In anger, he goes and shoots him and then shoots himself. Olivia and Tim sit on the floor devastated. As she feels it's the end, she tells Tim that she was devastated when they lost their child. She needed him, but he closed himself off. Tim says she still hasn't left him, and he is thankful for that. She replies because she loves him. They then make up and again decide to find a way. They open the app and notice that when they press the button, it flashes differently on every button. Like 6 times, 4 times, 1 time, and twice. They watch the footage and detect what sequence Anton used. They come down and are about to try it on the wall when Yuri, who is alive, attacks Tim. He then goes toward Olivia, who falls into the basement. Tim comes there and pushes him into the basement. He then jumps there and with Olivia runs to the door. Yuri runs behind them. They try to close the door but Yuri pushes it hard. Tim gives Olivia the phone and tells her to open the door. Olivia opens the door but Yuri is able to come inside, and they both try to choke each other, but Yuri pins him to the ground. Tim tells Olivia to go alone. As Yuri is about to stab him, Olivia hits him with a hammer. They both then go to the tunnel, and through the tunnel go outside. They find the whole neighborhood is covered with brick. They see their car and get inside it. They are now ready to leave for Paris. On the radio, it announced that a state of emergency had been declared in the city. The fire at Epsilon Nanotech Industries triggers a secret nano-defense system, one that was developed in complete secrecy. If you liked today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive all new updates. See you in the next video. Goodbye.